Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail the story of a gang member who shot a cop. On July 1st, 2005, Los Angeles police were sitting in an unmarked car across the street from Christopher Dina Elementary School on East Olympic Boulevard and South Grand Vista Avenue in East LA. Police would then see a man named Rodrigo Perez, aka Creeper from 8th Street, exit from a vehicle. He walked up to a wall and started tagging 8th Street all over the wall. Creeper was in the territory of a gang called V&E, which was rival to his gang, called 8th Street. And Creeper had a long history with V&E. On the afternoon of the following day, July 2nd, 2005, Creeper's girlfriend Vanessa and her cousin Lizette and him all attended a barbecue. Lizette later testified that the three left the barbecue after dark. Creeper dropped Vanessa and Lizette off and drove away. About 1:30 a.m. on July 3rd, 2005, police responded to a report of a carjacking. The car that had been stolen was in an apartment building parking lot in V&E's turf. Police arrived at the scene and detained some of the carjacking suspects. The carjacking victims were brought back to the scene to identify the suspects and certain property found inside the stolen car. At one point, 8 police officers and one of the carjacking victims, as well as 3 marked police cars, were in the parking lot. A 4th marked police car was at a nearby corner. One of the police noticed the car with 2 people inside, turning from East Olympic onto South Grand Vista, which was about 60 feet away from them. The car was driving approximately 10 to 15 miles per hour. A shot was fired from the passenger side of that approaching vehicle. The shot hit the middle finger of an officer who was standing next to and talking to one of the carjacking victims. The officers dropped down, along with the carjacking victim. The car, which appeared to be occupied by 2 Hispanic males, then drove off on Grand Vista Street. The vehicle used in the shooting was eventually identified as being registered to Creeper's girlfriend Vanessa. Creeper would easily be arrested if people around he told about the shooting would crack. Vanessa later testified under a grant of immunity that Creeper woke her up around 3 a.m. the next morning, July 3rd. Creeper appeared intoxicated and told Vanessa he thought he shot a cop. A man named Jose would later testify in the hope of receiving leniency following a non-related conspiracy plea. He stated that he'd grown up with Creeper, and Creeper told Jose that on the night in question, he'd been drinking with friends, and he decided to pass the V&E's territory. When Creeper got to a stop sign, he saw some men with bald heads who he thought were V&E gang members. One of the officers testified at the time of the incident, his head was shaved. Another one would say his hair was closely shaved as well. Creeper told police when he shot and they ducked is when he noticed that they were police because of the flashing from their badges, so he stepped on the gas and drove away. More people would come forth for info about Creeper shooting, putting him in a hole. He would tell the police he never did the shooting and would say an unnamed friend was the shooter and he was just an unwilling driver who was scared. This wouldn't hold up in court, and Creeper would receive 40 years to life. Creeper has been in prison since 2007, and his earliest parole date is 2030. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.